Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back. This is Jerry from StogieReview.com here with another video cigar review. And this time around I pulled out the humor, the Tatuaje 7th Capa Especial. This is the third in the line of the 7th. As you know, last year Pete released the 7th Natural that features a Nicaraguan Habano wrapper, and then also at the same time released the 7th Reserva, which features a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper. The Capa Especial comes in at 5 5/8 inches long with a 46 ring gauge, and same filler, same binder as the regular 7th line. Just the wrapper is different. This one features a Sumatra wrapper, kind of a beautiful looking, almost reddish looking wrapper here. I've talked a lot about the 7th Reserva, even though I haven't reviewed it on the site in a couple episodes of Weekend Smoke. I've mentioned it. Great, fantastic cigar. I'm not a big fan of the 7th Natural. Let's get to it. Let's see how the Capa Especial, the 7th Capa Especial, holds up and where it stands within the whole line of the Tatuaje 7th series. All right, a few puffs into my Tatuaje 7th Capa Especial, and things are off to a fairly, what's the word I'm looking for here? A fairly common start, a predictable start when you're dealing with Pepin's blends out of Nicaragua. There, you got that classic Garcia spice, that little Nicaraguan zing we like to refer to. Very nicely done. Really, always just always just a nice little burst of pepperiness to kind of get the awaken the palate and get your palate all warmed up here. A little bit of sweetness on it as well. A little bit of mocha flavors already starting to develop. Really nice first couple puffs here on the 7th Capa Especial, which is based on the brown label. Most of the brown label is all made in Miami. The 7th whole series is made at the Garcia's factory in Nicaragua. At least that's how I remember Pete explained it to me, and things could have changed by then, but I don't know. That's just from what I'm recalling off the top of my head, which could be wrong. I did see a tweet. These aren't a limited run. I did see a tweet from Pete, if I recall, that said this is going to be a regular production line. So that's pretty cool. I hate nothing more than you hate when you find a cigar you like and then you got to play that whole chase it down game. It's always some bullshit that I hate. Anyways, off to a pretty predictable and exciting start here to the Tatuaje Capa Especial. Tatuaje 7th Capa Especial. Let's get the name right, Jerry. All right, further along here on my Tatuaje 7th Capa Especial, and things are going pretty well. No problems here on the burn. No problems here on the draw. As far as flavor profile, that pepperiness has really died down, really mellowed out. Lots of more nutty and kind of bready type flavors. It's just kind of, the nutty flavors really stand out. The breadiness, I'm not bready. It seems kind of out of my spectrum, out of my routine to kind of use that term when describing a flavor, but definitely. So I'm not even sure it really applies here, but definitely a nutty flavor that's really coming to its own here, really starting to develop. Pepperiness, like I said, is really mellowed out. It's still there, kind of lingering around, but definitely a nutty flavor starting to really shine through on the cigar. And things are going there. Like I said, there's another flavor there that I can't really describe. I kind of said bready, kind of grainy, bready type flavor, but I'm not sure that's really what I mean. It's just the first thing that comes to mind when there's something else there accompany that nutty flavor that really can't describe to you. I know what's the point of doing a review if you can't describe what you're tasting here, but definitely a very prolific nutty flavor, and something else going along with it. Let's see if I continue to smoke it, if I can better describe what it's going on here. But so far, so good with the Tatuaje 7th Capa Especial. All right, a little into or a little past the halfway point here of my Tatuaje 7th Capa Especial, and things are going pretty well. No problems here on the burn, no problems on the draw. Flavor profile wise, things are going pretty strong with that nutty flavor really still being the dominant flavor. That pepperiness starting to creep back into things, but the nuttiness is kind of keeping pace with it. A little bit of sweetness to the touch. As far as that comment I made in the previous clip where I said bready, I guess it's more of the texture it's putting on my palate. It's kind of a bready, chewy chewy type of texture on your palate here. So the flavors, that nuttiness is real chewy. Kind of makes you, like you're, hence chewy, like you're chewing. So that's pretty cool too. Pretty cool factor there as well. Pretty enjoyable factor. So everything's going pretty well here. Nothing's really blowing me away here. Everything seems to be pretty tempered, pretty balanced. But there's not that factor there that makes me go, wow, this is awesome, this is amazing, like the 7th Reserva does to me. Pretty easy, pretty simple going flavor profile here. I think the Sumatra wrapper adds a little bit of sweetness to it, adds a little pepperiness and spiciness to it, and to the mix here. But so far it's nothing that's gonna overtake the 7th Reserva in the line as far as my favorite. But things are going pretty well. No complaints, no real big complaints of mine here. Just nothing that has a big, wow, this is a badass cigar. It's an enjoyable cigar. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it, but nothing that makes me go, wow. There's no wow factor yet. So anyways, we'll continue on my Tatuaje 7th Capa Especial and see if something wow happens. All right, tail end here of my Tatuaje 7th Capa Especial. And all in all, enjoyed the cigar. No problems on the burn, no problems on draw. A consistent flavor profile that I enjoyed. Lots of nutty flavors, a little bit of sweet and pepperiness mixed in throughout. Definitely more on the full body range, medium to full body range. Really picks up body and strength more towards the end, around after the halfway point here. Where does it stand? I still don't think it's better as a bee comes near me. I still don't think it's better than the 7th Reserva. I think the 7th Reserva is the best out of the 3. I really don't care for the 7th Natural at all. But the Capa Especial is an alright cigar. I mean, it's enjoyable. It's got a nice flavor profile to it. Is it something I'd buy again? Probably not, to be honest. If I saw the whole line of the 7th at a shop, I'd go with the Reserva over any of the other 2. If they didn't have the Reserva, I would just pass on the 7th line altogether. So it's not something that I would smoke, even though it's enjoyable, but missing that wow flavor that I'm accustomed to, that wow flavor that the 7th Reserva has, and the Capa Especial and the 7th Natural do not. They just seem kind of run-of-the-mill in my opinion. I don't think I'd buy any more of the Especial. It's nice to have a couple 5-packs here to try and do this review. It's a good cigar, just not my type of thing, which is interesting because I'm not anti-Sumatra. My favorite of the whole Monster series, or the Monster out of costume, is the Boris, and that uses a Sumatra wrapper, so it has nothing to do with it having the wrapper on it here. Just kind of the blend just doesn't, the flavor profile that the blend, that the whole thing encompasses, just isn't my thing. Much prefer the 7th Reserva out of all the 7th line here. So good cigar, not great, not something I'd buy again. I was happy enough to try it and see how it compares to the other lines, but I think the 7th Reserva is tits, and everything else is just kind of it's okay stuff, nothing with any wow potential. So I think the 7th Reserva is where it's at, followed by the Capa Especial, and the 7th Naturals last, in my opinion. Like I said, nothing wow to write home about here. So anyways, agree, disagree, let me know. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, long fucking ashes.